So we're pretty lucky because the weathercast apparently shows some rain in a few days. So that gives me a bit of time pressure to get the gardens, the terraces ready, at least most of them, because my goal is to plant some cover crops, some winter cover crops, to kind of rejuvenate the soil, to give all the nutrients back, and also of course to prevent the weeds from coming up. So my plan for this specific terrace is to use it next year for strawberries and onions. So yeah, that should be the field for that. Quite a big area, but I want it to grow pretty wildly. So no real borders or anything. The only border will be that I will have the walking path along the wall here. And the rest is basically just gonna be the wild strawberries. And hopefully I can enjoy some delicious fruit on there. Now I've got my hoe and my rake, and I will try to loosen up all the weeds. They should be easy to pull out, well, kind of easy to pull out, because they have not been watered and there has been no rain, so they're quite dead anyway, but I think all the seeds are still active. Well, let's see, this is an experiment, so I'll try to get rid of most of it, and let's see how the soil is easy to work with or not. Heating up already. So we definitely have snakes here. I just found this dried up skin of a snake. It's already really dry. So I think also that means it's time for me to start my compost bin system pretty soon, because I'm gonna collect quite a lot of those dried up weeds. Yeah, many projects ahead for sure. I feel like using the rake first and then the hoe to dig up the ground works quite good as a double system with this specific soil. I was unsure if I should let it really dug up this way so that the seeds, the rest of the weeds can dry up fully, as well as to kind of also destroy the seeds by the sun because it's so hot still during the day. And then just one day before the rain, or the hours before the rain, to seed the cover crop seeds and then to rake it in. That way it's actually better to leave it dug up this way, I think. It's a full experiment for sure. As I don't know the soil, I don't know the weeds, I don't know the seeds that I got. but I think this could work. So I'm almost done. It's quite exhausting, but I'm almost finished with the entire terrace. That's good news. And then a little tea break. Okay, the field is done. I'm pretty pleased how it turned out. Now we're just gonna see how it will work in terms of seeding and cover crop. I have one small idea for a tiny project in between. As I was talking about making a compost bin, I found what I believe is some type of element of the winemaking process, like almost like a wine barrel. Maybe some of you know what it is. I'll show it to you. Let me know in the comments if you exactly know what this is for, but I believe it's some sort of wine barrel or something. But I think it's the perfect small compost bin for the start. So of course it will be a quite small compost bin, but I think for the start, to use all the weeds, the scraps that I have from cooking, I think it would be a good in-between solution. So it's quite heavy, so I just gotta move it to a spot that I chose at the third top terrace, which is good because then I can use it for the garden, of course, later on when the compost is done. And also, since this is quite heavy, I don't have to carry it too far up. And it's in a spot underneath an olive tree, so it's good for the shade as well. And yeah, let's set this up. I hope this works. I can move it. So heavy. Ooh. I'm gonna be stuck in the wheelbarrow. Wow, this is more like a two-person job. But I'm by myself, so I've got to figure it out. So it starts to work, but somehow this keeps slipping out. The hinges keep on disconnecting because I suppose there's some type of screw that goes in here. So I will either find a screw in the shed or use some type of stick or something to hold that thing in place. Because once it's in one side, it slips out the other and vice versa. So yeah, gotta find some extra tools here. Okay, found some screws. Let's try it again. Oh no! You know what I didn't think about? That the head of the screw, of course, needs to be bigger than the hole. Great idea! Oh, but I found some wire in the shed, so I might just do that around it. Oh no, that makes no sense either. Okay, you know what? We'll finish for today. I give this another try tomorrow. So, it's a new day, a new try. I got some screws right here. They should fit. And then let's hope I can make this compost bin ready. I've got scraps and a bucket already, so they need a nice place. So let's make this work. Success. Well, at least I got the right screws. But good news, it's done. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you could see it. I don't think it captures on the video, but there's just a helicopter flying with a load of water. That's one way to drop it. Yeah, this fire has been going on since 3 days and the wind has been so crazy, which makes it almost impossible to kind of manage it. So that's the additional struggle. Yeah, sad story. But good news, guys, I finished the compost bin. I think that's the most beautiful looking compost bin I've ever made. On the bottom I'm gonna put all the dried up weeds, so I have a nice bottom layer, and then I can put up my kitchen scraps in there. So yeah, I'm happy about it. And the kitchen scraps. So it's a good sign that I'm getting ready the tent in front of the caravan, because it means it's gonna rain soon. I've seen the forecast, and in a few days, thank goodness, we get quite a bit of rain. This whole country really needs it. There have been fires going on all around. Today and yesterday were especially really bad days. So yeah, it's kind of a scary part of being in Portugal after that drought. Every year in Portugal, it's an issue. All those wildfires, and yeah, you kind of just hope it's gonna pass your place, and but yeah, very sad for all the people and lands and nature that has been destroyed by it. So yeah, but hopefully the rain will come soon and give us some well needed cool off time, and the soil will be able to rejuvenate, and the fire risk of course will be way lower. So kind of a sad story and all. But yeah, let's set up the stand and let's hope for the rain. Oh yeah, and there are no instructions of course, so the only thing I have are those inscriptions on the poles. So I'm trying to lay them out according to the descriptions here, and then let's see how this goes. still not sure if I have the right pieces, but it starts to take a shape. The only problem I have no idea how far the tarp goes, so I'm kind of letting it small, and we'll try to lay out the tarp just to see, I mean the cover, tent cover, just to see how far it goes. Maybe I might even need to move the caravan because I'm starting to get close to the tree. So it took hours to figure out, okay, maybe exaggerating, but quite a while. Now I know which side of the plastic goes in which direction. And there is this, I don't know, end piece here that slides in right into this area here. So now I know exactly how to hold this thing in place, because before I was wondering, there are no holes in this plastic, so how can it be, you know, stable? And yeah, so I have to take out the entire hooks again, and then yeah, kind of slide that plastic part through that ridge. Let's see. It's not finished, but it's almost there. So I'm pretty happy that this worked all out, that I could do it by myself also, because it was quite a bit tricky to go, you know, both ways. I had to be on both ends basically at the same time. But I managed, I'm happy. Now I just have to figure out that attachment system to those poles here. There seems to be like a loop through, or it looks like you have to kind of put those holes back into the plastic. I hope I can manage that. Yeah, let's keep going. Bit of decoration. I've got an extended outdoor space. Sweet. Oh, that was a lot of work, but I'm happy. Whew. Let's wait for the first big winds to see if it all was mounted properly and is strong enough for those winds, because we're quite high up of the terraces, so I will get a bit of a breeze here, which is good, because there's always fresh air in summer. But yeah, whew, that's it for today. I'm gonna have a little nap now. I almost forgot, I bought an outdoor carpet, so the last thing for today. Oh, it seems to have Mein Teppich. Auf mein Teppich. I think Jack has found his spot already. Oh, you got so quick. Jack, come on. It's too big. Okay, now I can have a break. I slightly regret the choice though. It's a bit too big, and I kind of like the natural ground underneath somehow. I will leave it here for a few days and then decide. Oh well, it is what it is. So, while I get used to this new setup, it's time to continue the work on the terraces. So they are all nice and ready for the cover crops. I have quite a bit of seeds, a mixture of seeds that I want to plant there. So now let's just hope for the rain so I can keep going on my Quinta. See you next time. Bye!